Bonjour tout le monde, welcome back to à la Parisienne with me, Farah. Today's video is going to be the much awaited Q&A. They're so fun and they're so easy, and it's a way that you can get to know me better and I can connect with you by answering your questions. And so I really love these kind of videos, and so really can't wait to get into it, so let's go. So I have my questions here. So let's get into the first one. So this is from 173 Kubi. They ask, hey Farah, how can I start personal shopping? And the second part is, and where can I find clients? The way I started was I registered myself on a platform. So when I came to Paris, I didn't have a lot of networking. Like, I didn't have a lot of people I knew, and to be a stylist I found in any country, any city, you need a good network. You need to be able to have a professional network, and you don't have that when you move to a new city necessarily. So in my case, that's how I got into personal shopping. I registered myself on Airbnb, and that gave me the platform. And actually, it's funny because I was just testing out this platform, and a friend actually told me that there's this thing called Airbnb experiences, and you have to get on and try to, personal shopping. And I was like, it sounds kind of kooky, but okay, I'll do it. And it actually works, and it attracts clients itself, so you don't really have to worry about the marketing yourself on those kind of platforms. There's a ton of platforms out there. If you don't like Airbnb for any reason, because they also do take a bit of a fee, I believe it's 20%, which is the downside of a platform like that, but you do get your marketing for free. Now I have a website, and also my clients find me on my social media, on YouTube. So I have a way for people to access me now. But if you're just getting started, I think it's a great thing. Just register yourself in a platform and go from there. I hope that helps. So this question is from Lauren Conquiel, she's a long time subscriber. So I just want to give a shout out to Lauren. Hey girl, thank you so much for the question. And she asks, what is your favorite classic French movie? Okay, so I have to admit that I have not done my homework on watching classic French movies, or I don't watch a lot of movies as it is, and when I do watch movies, they're mostly in English. So I'm so sorry, darling, can't really answer this one, but I need to get on that. So I would love it if you have any recommendations for me, any one of you. I would love to know a movie, a classic French movie, if you know of any, and please suggest me one, because I really need to start my education. So Andy Rio from Instagram asks, the best Paris mood music. I really love this question. I personally love Stromae. He is a Belgian singer, but he creates the most divine French music. And if you haven't yet heard his stuff, I really recommend it. I'll try to maybe play a track in the background here. He's so good, and when I first heard him, I was like, ooh, yes. So it's music you can really vibe to, and it's really cool. Another artist that I've discovered in the past year is called Bum. It means apple, and her music is really romantic, soulful, and it reminds me also of heartbreak, but in the very tender sense of it. And it's also healing, and it's attached to passion. That's what I really love about her music, and I find that's a very Parisian mood, because Paris is not only about the classic music which you normally associate with Paris for me, it's modern as well, and there's a lot of passion here and romance, and so to combine all of those themes, I find Bomb to be very, very beautiful for that, so check her out. And I have to say Sex and Cigarettes, of course, because such a classic. Their album is... Okay, this one is from Gala Creek Pastoral, which is run by my beautiful friends from Australia, Alisa and Declan. Hi guys! And thank you so much for the question. So they say, what does your dream home look like? The best way to answer this is a photo montage. So here you go. So a little bit of background, which you might have heard, is my boyfriend and I are looking for our dream apartment, our next place. And for me, I dream big and I dream grand. So I really love French Parisian apartments. There are such gorgeous heavenly apartments here, so it's very, very easy to dream, and I really hope we get some kind of semblance of what we're dreaming to find. And thank you so much for the question. Love you. Okay, so this is from Alisa, from her account. Thanks, girl. It's from the Chic Chanteuse, and she asks, are you a dog or a cat person? This is actually such a good question. I was a crazy cat person, like a cat lady when I was growing up. I used to be subscribed to this magazine called Cat Fancy. I had an actual magazine subscription to a cat, a cat digest, I guess you could say. And it was so fun. And I used to like read up on all of it, and I learned a lot of stuff, and I had a bunch of cats at home. And over time, and meeting a lot of new people and who have pets, and I got introduced to dogs as well, and I really love their nature, their sweetness, and dogs bring a different thing, you know, their loyalty. Dogs bring a really different energy than cats, and while I love cats and they're beautiful and cute, dogs are also so adorable. So this is just kind of an impossible question. I really love both. I really love both. So I'm sorry, girl, I can't decide. Okay, Jora512 asks, what are your roots? So this is a good question because I do get this a lot, so I'm gonna answer this here. I was not born in Thailand, but I was raised in Thailand, so I'm a Thai national, but I'm not Thai ethnically. I'm part Indian, part Pakistani, and part European. So little European, Indian, and Pakistani. So that's what I am. Voila. Thanks for the question. So Andrew, my good friend Andrea from Je suis juste moi asks, where do you see yourself living in 5 years? Paris or ... In 5 years, honestly, I do see myself living in Paris still, but my ideal living situation would be to live like a couple of months somewhere else during the year, like during preferably like cold months. I would rather live somewhere else and then come back, always have an apartment in Paris. So that's like the dream way that I would love to live. And the way travel is now, you know, I'm not talking, well, we're talking about 5 years, so should be okay in 5 years, but we'll see. But I do picture myself, Paris is in my life and in the picture, so I do still really, really picture myself here. So thanks for that awesome question, Andrea. And yeah, so much love to you. Andrea's an author of 2 books, and you must check out her channel. I really love her vlogs because they're like diaries of her author life, and she just inspires me so much. And I love hearing the process of writing and everything. It's so motivating for me and inspiring. So yeah, check out Andrea's channel. She's a lovely creator. We've been friends on YouTube for a long time, and I really can't wait to meet her in person. Okay. So my good friend Ariana next. Hey. Yeah, so her channel is called Majonet Beauty, and you have to check her out too. She's a wonderful creator as well on here, and she also loves fashion and beauty, and I think she's about to restart her channel, and she's a yoga teacher now, so she's gonna be talking about wellness. And yeah, her content, if you want to check her out on Instagram, she's Prada Belove. So another beautiful creator and a good friend, such a good friend that you have to check out. So she asks your likes and dislikes about Paris. And girl, I could do a video about this. Maybe I should do a video about this, but I'm gonna say one each, okay? So So my likes definitely have to be about the architecture, the buildings in Paris. They're just wow. And when I go out on a stroll, like even on a cold day or something, I just am so in love with every corner because it's just so beautiful here and inspiring. Just to live here and just to be in the environment is inspiring. And because I'm such an aesthetic person, I take so much inspiration from what I see. So when I see beauty around me, it actually fuels my soul. You know, it's perfect for me to live in a city like this because I love it. And I think a dislike would be, so Paris is not all clean and all glamorous. There's also like a grungy side, there's a dirty side. I would love it if there was less places that smell like pee, because sometimes you go somewhere and it smells really bad, and I'd love it if they clean that up. But actually, other than that, I don't have any complaints because it's just a really beautiful city. And oh, she had 2 questions. She asks, is there a spiritual community in Paris? And actually, there is. Last year, I've been discovering there's a lot of spiritual people here, and while I haven't yet like gone into any spiritual communities, I've heard that there's a huge spiritual community here. So I'd love to explore that more in the coming time. I also have connected with a wonderful French friend who is very spiritual as well, and so there's definitely people and communities. Yeah, it's really exciting. So my friend Kat, on with Kat, asks, when did you know that you wanted to become a personal stylist, and how did you get into fashion and styling? Okay, this is a super good question. When did I know I wanted to become a personal stylist was, let's answer the second question first, actually. I got into fashion and styling about 7 to 8 years ago when I started a YouTube channel, and I started making content about fashion there, and it picked up, like my audience was very reactive. Originally, it was a beauty channel, and I actually know Kat and Ariana and also Andrea from that channel. So that's so cool. And because of the interest, I decided doing more fashion videos, and I actually attracted more people who actually worked in the fashion industry. So I started getting friends who are designers and things like that, and they would ask me to come help them style their shoots and things like that because they knew I had a thing with fashion, even though I wasn't actually a stylist. I haven't studied anything to do with fashion or styling. That can be a video for another time, but I actually, yeah, so I didn't have a background, but they liked my style, they liked my tendency towards styling, my natural, you know, feeling. And because we were friends, they just asked me to style their shoots, and that's how I got in. My channel also picked up, started grabbing a lot of press attention because I was one of the first English speaking channels talking about fashion in Bangkok. And so I got into a few magazines and things like that in Bangkok, and it's how I started getting attention and how my career actually started. So very organic and I've just been very blessed, and it's kind of like the universe has been guiding me and taking my hand and pulling me to places, and here I am in Paris, and yeah, just meeting the right people, meeting the right connections, and just taking action on your inspiration is how I got into this. So how I knew I wanted to become a personal stylist is I always knew that I wanted to do something service-based, something that connects with people, because I love connecting with people and like one-on-one, in like individually, and I'm a very social person. So I knew I wanted to do something accessible and that connects with people and to help people. So I had that idea in my mind. It really came together when I came here and I started doing personal shopping. Through personal shopping, I learned that this is fantastic. Like I can do styling, I can also connect with people, learn about them, make connections, make contacts, and fantastic. It's like my work in the world, you know? And so because of that, I then, a few years later, I met my boyfriend, Frank. He helped me to develop my business plan, basically. And because of my business plan, and we started to map out like what I really want to do is to be a consultant, a style consultant. And that's how I got into personal styling, is because I already had this vision of it, but I didn't have the concreteness, and that's what the business plan did, and then making the website and the services and fleshing that all out. So long story short, it was a plan from a while, which developed into, you know, a business. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, thanks for the amazing questions. I love talking about this, so thank you, girl. Also, Kat, check out her channel too. All these amazing creators and friends of mine, please check them out. They're just, like, dear to my heart. And my beautiful friend, the Xxxx chanteuse, Alisa, again, on another platform, she asks me, I'm curious, who are your 3 favorite stylists who inspired you? This is such a good question, and I actually can name you one. That is Lindsay Albanese, and you can find her here on YouTube. I actually saw her work, and she's an amazing stylist. She was a celebrity stylist, but what I was really drawn to her is how real she is, and that's what I wanted to bring to my work too. Like, her tips are very practical. I love her personal style and her personality. So she really inspired me when I first got into styling and wanting to make YouTube videos about styling. So she's someone to really check out. I really love her. I hope to connect with her in reality one day. That would be super cool. So yeah, Lindsay Albanese. Okay, another stylist I want to talk about, and you all saw Sex and the City, and also now Emily in Paris. And the stylist for these series is Patricia Fields, and I really loved her styling in Sex and the City. It was beautiful for all the characters. I know that for Emily in Paris, I haven't had a very strong opinion about it. Like I don't like what Emily wore, but I really do like the character Camille and all the rest. So I really love Patricia Field's like audacious sensibilities and how she's so creative. And actually that's why I'm not going to name a third stylist, because there's so many people who I just love, and there's probably too many to name. So many people I follow, but I think Lindsay Albanese, Patricia Fields have been like big inspirations for me. First of all, Lindsay in what she brings to YouTube, and Patricia in what she brings to her work in the world. So I really love these two. And the others, there's just so many inspiring people in this field who I look up to, and it's hard to name a third. So I'm just gonna give you two, but thank you so much for this question. This question is from farahasifblogger. Hey, and he asks, what are your future plans? Wow, this is a big one. So there's a lot to go through, but I actually made a video talking about like kind of like a life update recently, and I think that shares a lot with you guys about my future plans. I can't really share more than that because the future is uncertain, and I've always felt that way, and I like to be open to possibilities. But stay until the end of the video. I'm sharing a very exciting future plan, if you will. And so make sure to stay until the end of the video so that you see this exciting thing that I want to share with you. So, okay, last question. It's by my beautiful friend Kezia, who has a YouTube channel called Kezi's Corner here, and she's just wonderful. And she says, what inspired you to follow a career in fashion styling? And to answer you the best way, I think I've always had an affinity for beauty and fashion, and like just femininity and embracing oneself. And I had such a problem with my own wardrobe, learning how to develop my own personal style, that solving my own problem kind of helped me to learn about styling, I guess, and helping my friends and other people in my life. And I've just always loved it. And I really believe that how you show up in the world, even as the exterior, is so important. It really impacts your mindset. It impacts how you feel about yourself, so your confidence, your self-esteem and self-love. And so my mission is to help people connect the two, to bridge the gap between what they see in the mirror in the exterior and how they're feeling on the interior. And so thank you for this wonderful question, and thank you guys for this beautiful Q&A. Okay, before you go, I have to share with you some big news. I am bringing you a workshop. Yay! My first workshop ever, guys. So I'd love to share with you a little clip about who I'm doing it with and a little bit about us. So it's going to be a little snippet of who we are and the workshop. So let's go, and I'll be right back with you. Hi, I'm Farah. I'm a fashion stylist and consultant based in Paris.
And I'm Perdita, and I'm a professional speaking coach also based in Paris.
So, Perdi, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I've been wanting to get on and do Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, and I always have this blockage that prevents me from going and actually doing it. And I don't know what that is and how to overcome it. Do you have any tips, advice you could give me? Like, how do I get over that?
Well, the first thing I would tell you is that I really want you to know that you're not alone. Actually, public speaking, the fear of public speaking, whether it's in front of an audience of 2,000 people in an arena or doing a Facebook Live, is the #1 phobia of all time.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's surprising.
You are definitely not alone. So that's the first thing I would want you to know.
Okay.
It's totally normal. And then I would probably just want to ask you a lot of questions like where are you feeling it in your body? When you think about doing a Facebook Live, what's the first scary thought that comes into your mind? And then I would start to dissect those a little bit more and really try to connect you to your why.
Right.
Once you are really connected to why am I doing this Facebook Live and what do I want to communicate, it's amazing how it can remove those blocks and totally change your confidence.
Yeah, I really liked what you said about feeling it in my body. We're so connected, our mind is so connected to our body.
Yeah, your body is like a roadmap to what's going on. So once you can connect to that, then you can dissect everything and really get to the root of the issue.
Cool.
Since I gave you some tips, I'm going to ask you for a tip as well, if you don't mind.
Let's go.
So I have always been really attracted to the bright, shiny, colorful patterns and bright colors when I'm shopping, which I love to do.
I love your style. I love what you're wearing today.
Oh, thank you. But what happens is I find I get home and I look in my closet and I have no basics. So I can't, I mean, you can't wear like bright red with a paisley pattern and leopard all in the same time.
I see what you mean.
So what would your advice be for me about how can I get those foundational pieces in and have the basics that I need?
Okay, so what I would say to you is, first of all, what you call basics is subjective to each individual. So what you define as basics can be different for another person. So what we need to do is we need to go into your closet. Yeah, and we need to look at what are you working with right now? What are the things what do you have? What clothes do you have? And how you pair them? Because your personal style is very much defined on how you've been, dressing yourself all this time. And whether or not you actually need to go in and find the traditional basics or not. That's the advice I would give you. So we need to go home and go into Perdita's closet.
Oh my God, I love that. I mean, I'm a little bit nervous, but I also love the idea of getting you in my closet because my closet needs you.
So that was it. And isn't Perdita great? So we are so excited to launch this. And if you want to know the details of when, where, how, it's going to be online, so every one of you have access to it. It's also going to be really affordable, and the dates and everything are yet to be solidly decided. But if you want me to keep you updated about it, and I'm happy to send you info. Drop me your email in the comments, or send me a DM on Instagram on my email. I'm gonna leave it here. Send me an email and I will send you the info all about it. I'll be really happy if you join us on this workshop, and my first workshop ever. I'd love to meet some of you because we've only been chatting in the comments, and this will give us a chance to engage in person and meet each other. So that would be really cool. So yeah, if you want to follow along, I'd really love it. So with that, guys, I'm gonna end this video. Thanks so much for watching, you wonderful people. Thank you for the awesome, amazing questions. I really loved to sit down and share with you a little bit about me, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Give this video a thumbs up if you want more Q&As in the future. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. Subscribe down below. I usually make a lot of fashion videos and stuff because, like I said, I'm a fashion stylist and consultant, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. So, à la prochaine fois. Bisous. Take care till then. Ciao.